Deutschland ist CNN.
Welcome back. Now checking our top stories. A London judge has granted bail to an Algerian pilot held for 5 months as a top Al-Qaeda suspect. Lofty Raisi was accused of training the September 11th hijackers. His lawyers say there's no firm evidence of that. He faces a US indictment for allegedly falsifying an application for a pilot's license and other documents, but US authorities say they have no plans to seek his extradition on other charges. The main suspect in the kidnapping of a Wall Street Journal reporter says Daniel Pearl is still alive and in Karachi. Pakistani police arrested Ahmed Omar Saeed Sheikh Tuesday. He had eluded law enforcement since he was identified as a suspect in the kidnapping earlier this month. Police arrested Sheikh after a lengthy search near the place where Daniel Pearl was last seen. The war crimes trial of Slobodan Milosevic opened at The Hague, with prosecutors outlining how they plan to prove the 66 counts against the former Yugoslav leader. Among the charges, Milosevic is accused of overseeing the murder of thousands of people.
We should just pause to recall the daily scenes of grief and suffering that came to define armed conflict in the former Yugoslavia. The events themselves were notorious, and a new term, ethnic cleansing, came into common use in our language. Some of the incidents revealed an almost medieval savagery and a calculated cruelty that went far beyond the bounds of legitimate warfare.
And stay with CNN. We'll bring you the developments from the Milosevic trial as they happen. Investigators in western Iran say no survivors have been found at the site of a passenger plane crash. The plane crashed on a mountainside near the city of Khorramabad. Officials say heavy fog may have been a factor. More than 100 people were aboard. The flight originated in Tehran. The aircraft was a Russian-made Tupolev 154 owned by a subsidiary of the national carrier Iran Air. And that is our news update. I'm Anand Naidu at the CNN Center.
On world sports, history is made on the luge track, but could Hackle walk away with the gold? While Ross powers the USA to a rare sweep. Owen is out. England have to make do without their star striker. And Real reaps the rewards of a 7-0 thrashing at the weekend. The party starts now with World Sport. This is the place to be if you want to know what is going on in the world of sports. Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Pedro Pinto. Our first stop is Salt Lake City, where the pairs figure skating gold medal was decided. Now, this competition has been dominated by Russian skaters for the last 4 decades. Pairs from the Soviet Union or Russia won every gold from 1964 to 98. The pressure to extend this impressive Olympic streak was on the shoulders of Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikoralidze. Sikoralidze was actually involved in a strange incident on Monday night. He and Jamie Saleh, who was part of the Canadian contender pair, collided in a warm-up session. They both escaped serious injury. Saleh admitted to feeling some discomfort during her routine with David Pelletier, but the couple still put in an amazing performance, capturing the hearts of the crowd. But they did not convince the judges, who gave the gold instead to Russian duo of Berezhnaya and Sikoralidze. The Russian dynasty continues then. They have won every gold in the last 38 years and have also captured 7 silvers and a bronze. China completed the podium, earning bronze. Now, with the rest of the news from day 4, here is our Phil Jones from Utah.
Welcome to Park City, Utah. Another day of Olympic competition is in the books, and with it a record feat in the men's singles luge. Germany's Georg Hackl was on Monday bidding to win a 4th consecutive gold medal in the Winter Olympics in the same individual discipline, a feat never before achieved. He was lying second overnight after 2 runs, and that's where he'd finish. A disappointing 3rd run for the defending champion effectively ended his gold medal ambitions, Armin Zergler claimed Italy's second Olympic title of the Salt Lake City Games, 4 years after taking silver behind Hackl, who was magnanimous in defeat, saying the Italian had been the best loser of the last 4 years and it would have been a shame had he not won. He deserved it. Austria's Markus Prock took the bronze medal. Hackl hoped to be drinking from the victory cup, but was happy enough with silver, especially as it meant he created another piece of history by medaling in 5 consecutive Olympic Winter Games.
In 5 different Olympics, it's a very long time, and I'm an old man in this sport already, and not really exact healthy, and I have problems with my back, and therefore the start times are not that fast, and I'm always able to gather the speed in the track, and the result is great in these games. Armin Zergler, he is the man of nowadays, of this time, and he is the best, currently the best in the world, and it's no chance to beat him, and silver is great for me.
A great story for the host nation in the men's half-pipe snowboarding final on Monday. Ross Powers, 23 on Sunday, celebrated his birthday with a gold medal and led the first American clean sweep of medals in the Winter Games for 46 years. Powers improving on his bronze of 4 years ago in Nagano. The last American 1-2-3 in the Winters was in 1956 in Cortina in the men's figure skating. Danny Cass was second, J.J. Thomas third, Powers leading the U.S. charge.
I mean, this sweep's huge for us. I mean, it's huge for America and huge for the 3 of us, and there's no better time to sweep it after everything that's happened this past year. And I'm just so happy to be up here right now.
I think it makes it way more special. You know, instead of just 1 or 2 of us up here, it's all 3 of us. So yeah, that's definitely an added bonus, no doubt.
German soldier Andrea Henkel won the women's 15K biathlon, beating pre-race favourites Liv Greta Poiri of Norway and Magdalena Forsberg of Sweden, who at least collected her first Olympic medal of a glittering career of 12 World Championship medals. Henkel missed just 1 shot with a rifle in a near-perfect display. The men's 20K biathlon gold went to Norway, Ollie Einar Bjorndalen taking the honours. Germany's Frank Lock had the good fortune to take silver, Russia with the bronze. The women's downhill was postponed on Monday. They'll try again on Tuesday. The reason for the postponement, high winds at the top of the snow basin course. Isolde Kostner of Italy, Hilde Gerg of Germany, and the Austrian duo, Michaela Dorfmeister and Renate Goetschel, are among the international challengers. The best of the American challengers, probably Peekaboo Street, who's bidding for her 3rd consecutive Olympic medal. And Peekaboo's never a shy one. She says she's already imagined that winning feeling.
I've tried to imagine it and have actually created it in my mind and visualized it happening, and visualized me coming into the finish, seeing a 1 by my name, having that 1 hold up for the rest of the day, you know, doing a snow angel or a backflip or something in the finish, and you know, really cherishing the moment and having that be the cherry on top of a spectacular career.
And of course, it could be Peekaboo's last competitive race in this, her 14th season in the American team. That's it from Park City, Utah for now. Back to Pedro in the studio.
Thanks, Phil, and we'll see you a bit later. Now, there was big news in the speed skating competition. In the men's 500 meters, world champion Jeremy Wotherspoon, who was expected to capture the gold, crashed out. The 25-year-old Canadian stumbled about 20 meters into the first race and destroyed his chances in the 2-day event, which concludes on Tuesday. It was American Casey Fitzrandolph who set the pace on the opening day of the competition. He clocked the fastest time of 34.42 seconds in the first heat. Fitzrandolph and Japan's Hiroyasu Shimizu are now expected to battle for the title. Shimizu is defending Japan's first ever Olympic speed skating gold medal. American Kip Carpenter was a surprising 3rd. The 22-year-old skated under 35 seconds for the first time ever. In the ice hockey competition, some of the smaller teams are battling for the right to join the 6 world powers in the 2nd round. The winner of the Germany-Latvia clash on Tuesday will seal one of the 2 qualifying spots. The other was taken by Belarus. In a dramatic night of action on a Monday, the Ukraine thought they had qualified for the final round after beating Switzerland on Monday, but they were eliminated later that night when Belarus dismissed France 3-1. It's the Belarusians who make it into the next round. On the women's side of the competition, 7-time champs Canada thrashed Kazakhstan 7-0. They should be tested on Wednesday in a matchup with Russia. Also on Monday, Sweden topped Russia 3-2. The defending champion US team plays on Tuesday against Germany. Time now to take our daily look at the medals table. There is a 2-week tie for the lead after 14 of the 78 events have been completed. Germany and the United States both have 2 golds and 3 silvers. Austria also has a total of 6 medals, but they only have 1 gold. Well, we're just getting started here on World Sport. After a break, we hear from former world champ Todd Elridge as he prepares to capture gold at the Games. And the reigning football world champs look ahead to a tough friendly at the Stade de France. We have it all and much more. Stay with us.
They actually help clean the air as they grow, absorbing excess carbon dioxide that's causing global warming and threatening the health of our planet. That's why Windrock International is working in forests worldwide, pioneering ways to measure the carbon dioxide trees and plants absorb. As global interest in preserving the atmosphere and moderating climate change increases, this Windrock work will improve forest management and help restore nature's delicate balance. We're helping local people, governments, and businesses plan for the future, protect the environment, and even create new jobs. The result will be well-managed ecosystems that make sense for people and the planet. Just another way Windrock is helping the world breathe a little easier. Windrock International, putting ideas to work.
We are back with football news. 17 international friendlies are being played midweek with several World Cup-bound nations warming up for the finals. England will not be able to field their star striker on Wednesday, though. Michael Owen strained knee ligaments over the weekend and will not play against the Netherlands. Manager Sven-Göran Eriksson is also without Darren Anderton and Trevor Sinclair, but he is hoping that David Beckham and Steven Gerrard recover from a slight knocks to line up in Amsterdam. England are hoping to get a measure of revenge against the Dutch after losing 2-0 to them at White Hart Lane last year. The spirit in the squad is good after a fantastic end to their World Cup qualifying run, but the English players know they cannot get overconfident.
The last few months have been amazing, but you know, we've got to take this into the World Cup now. We're looking forward to it and we're excited about it, but you know, we've got to be careful, and people have got to be careful not to get carried away, you know, too much, because we are over there to do a job, and you know, the group stage is just going to be very difficult, but you know, if we get through then I think we've got a good chance.
It's going to be a very hard game, I'm sure, because they're a very strong side, and I think we're going to be tested the way that Mr. Eriksson would like us to be tested, to possibly the full. So anything that comes out of the game is going to be a positive for us.
It's all obviously going to be exciting. You know, it's a big game. You know, as you said, it is a friendly, but you know, we didn't do too well against the Dutch last time at White Hart Lane, and you know, we want to play better than that. We know we can play better than that.
Beckham also made the headlines on Monday by declaring that he will leave Manchester United if his contract demands aren't met by the club. The star midfielder revealed that an agreement on a new deal has not been reached yet, despite the fact that his agents held more than 20 meetings with the United board. Meanwhile, French internationals Thierry Henry and Robert Pires seem close to signing new deals with Arsenal. The two reportedly met with Highbury officials this past weekend and are expected to put pen to paper soon. Both players are currently in Paris training with the French national team ahead of a friendly against Romania on Wednesday. The friendly at the Stade de France is the first of 5 warm-up matches Roger Lamer's men will play before their May 31st World Cup opener against Senegal. And the French camp believes the Romanians will present a good early test.
De l'équipe roumaine n'est plus inventée, ça date pas d'aujourd'hui.
The quality of the Romanian squad no longer has to be proved. It has been known for a long time. The culture and the resources of Romanian football has existed for a long time. The best Romanian football players are playing in Europe and are doing well in various clubs such as Italy, Spain, or France. Their talent is highly recognized.
Also on Wednesday, there is a huge clash in Barcelona with Spain hosting Portugal. Security has been increased at the Camp Nou to make sure that the return of Luís Figo to the Catalan city will be uneventful. The Portuguese winger is detested by most Barca supporters after defecting to Real Madrid 2 years ago. Well, Figo was instrumental in Real's 7-0 win over Las Palmas over the weekend, assisting on 4 of the goals. Fernando Morientes scored 5 in the game. The defending La Liga champions made a strong case to take #1 in our World Soccer Top 10 Club poll. Would our voters be impressed by their latest performance, though? Yes, they were. Real are first again, leapfrogging Manchester United, Juventus and Roma. The Red Devils are second again after beating Charlton. Juventus dropped from first to third following their draw with Roma, who are fourth. Bundesliga leaders Borussia Dortmund appear in the top 5 for the first time this season. Liverpool are up to 6th after demolishing Ipswich on Saturday. Bayer Leverkusen lead 3 new entries. They are Arsenal, Celta Vigo and River Plate. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan and Racing Club all dropped out. We offer you a way to let us know what you think about this week's poll. Log on to our website at cnnsi.com, call up our soccer pages and drop us a line. That is what Harry from Brazil did. He believes Spain's La Liga is the best league in the world. He said Serie A, Bundesliga and most teams in the Premiership do not play classy soccer. The only thing they know how to do is run and play the long ball. Prima Liga is full of talented players who play classy soccer. Their idea is not only defending, but scoring as well. Well, with that, World Sports says goodbye for a couple of moments. We'll be right back.
Watch CNN for more city forecasts throughout the day.
The miracle of our being.
What do all these people have in common?
The reality.
They've all been guests on Larry King Live.
I never want to sleep. I just my performance.
If we were perfect.
Just a peanut farmer who would see the
well, you
speak to all.
Goes downhill.
Everybody who's anybody from any place on earth talks to Larry King live.
Now you got it.
Larry King Live, only on CNN.
Welcome back to Park City, Utah at the 19th Olympic Winter Games. I'm Phil Jones. The men's figure skating competition starts on Tuesday with the short program. Russia's Alexei Yagudin and Yevgeny Plashenko are expected to do battle for gold, while an experienced American hopes to right the wrongs of 4 years ago. Todd Eldridge knows what it's like to be king of the world, at least in figure skating circles. He was world champion in 1996. 5 other world championship medals and 6 national titles are also his. But at an age when most celebrated skaters are playing to the crowds in the professional ranks, the 30-year-old American is still performing for the judges, still striving for the one missing piece from his precious collection, an Olympic medal. Overtaken for bronze in Nagano 4 years ago, the 4th place finish inspires now as much as haunts.
At the time, you know, it was very disappointing, and I think more and more that I look back on it, I realize that, you know, it's something that I can draw upon to say, okay, I don't want that to happen again. I want to do a great thing and you know, hopefully try and come away with a little thing around my neck. In '98, thinking that it was probably going to be my last Olympics, you know, I tried a little bit too hard. I tried to give maybe 150% instead of 100%.
Eldridge also knows, if not admits, that landing a quadruple jump is the key to turning the colour of the medal from a potential bronze to a possible silver or gold. He's landed it just twice in competition. His young American teammate Tim Gable and Russian title favourites Yevgeny Plushenko and Alexei Yagudin spin 4 times through the air with increasing regularity. But for Eldridge, quad-free at the US Nationals and still victorious, his third Olympics is as much about taking pride in his own display, quad or no quad.
For me, you know, I want to go to the Olympics and compete and skate the way that I know how I can. If that means, you know, winning a medal, then that's awesome, that's great. If it means coming in 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that, but I skated my best, then I have to be happy with that. You know, I mean, you can only be happy with doing 100% of, you know, what you went there to do.
For the elder statesman of the American figure skating team, fulfilling that goal amid a pressure cauldron of home ice expectation could prove every bit as satisfying as being king of the world. The men's short programme with the required elements will kick things off on Tuesday. The medals will be decided after the free skate on Thursday. At the 19th Olympic Winter Games in Park City, Utah, I'm Phil Jones.
Thank you very much, Phil. In other Olympic news, freestyle skiing gold medal favourite Jackie Cooper is out of the Olympic Games. The Australian fractured her left knee and tore cartilage in an accident on Monday. Meanwhile, ski jumping star Sven Hannevald is struggling with a knee injury. The German had to skip Monday's training session but should still take part in Tuesday's large hill competition. And for all the latest stories from Salt Lake, check out cnnsi.com. Highlighting Tuesday's action is the women's downhill, which was postponed on Monday, and the men's figure skating competition. Results will be available online at our Winter Games pages. World Sport is back after this quick timeout.
The Sri Lanka Tourism Board presents Sights and Sounds. Sri Lanka, a land like no other.
New commitment to business news from CNN.
Monday, the Nasdaq had rallied. So this morning, European markets set to fall as
Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index lost more than 3/4. Business International.
We're back with ice hockey. Many of the world's top players may be already thinking about taking part in the Olympics. but they still have work to do with their NHL teams for 3 nights this week. The schedule is stopping on Wednesday, with the Olympians starting play in the final phase of the Salt Lake City competition on Friday. Steve Yzerman was back in the Detroit lineup on Monday night. The Red Wings facing Montreal, and Detroit takes the lead in the second period. Sergei Fedorov retrieves the puck and puts it past Jose Theodore for the score. More Fedorov a little later. Red Wings on the power play. Brendan Shanahan passes to Fedorov, who winds up and scores his second goal of the night. 2-0 Red Wings. But guess what? Montreal mounts a comeback. Doug Gilmour passes to Oleg Petrov, who scores. And then it's Yannick Perreault, who ties it up at 2. Under 20 seconds remaining in the game. The Red Wings on the attack. Brendan Shanahan shoots the puck that ricochets off the stick of Jose Theodore for the go-ahead goal and the win in dramatic fashion. Detroit wins it 3-2. The defending champion Avalanche hosted Boston. It's already 1-0 Colorado. Great individual effort from Stefan Yell. Great goal here with the move, and then he beats John Graham. His 4th of the year. More from Colorado off the rebound. Alex Tanguay passes to Joe Sakic for his 19th of the season. 3-0 Avs after 1. Second period is 3-1. Make it 3-2. PJ Axelsson with a nice 1-2, and then he beats Patrick Roy. Still in the second, same score. Avalanche on the break. Sakic to Tanguay. His shot is saved, but Radim Verbata is there for the putback, and the Avalanche end up winning it 5-2. Well, we have one more note from the Winter Olympics before offering you the play of the day. Venezuela's Werner and Christopher Höger have made history by becoming the first father and son to compete in the luge competition. Höger Sr., who's 48, joined his 17-year-old son in the men's competition. Well, they both finished outside the top 30. Here is our play of the day. It comes from the Avalanche Bruins game. Bill Guerin with a wide open net, but watch the defenseman Adam Foote with a stick save to keep it out of the net. Take another look at it. Foote with a great goal-saving move, and the World Sports play of the day. And that's it for World Sports. Take care. We'll see you again soon.
There's only one airline flying to the Gulf that gives business passengers space to maneuver, the chance to see the bigger picture that flies by day and overnight, so you can arrive in time to do a full day's business, and has more onward connections throughout the Gulf than any other airline. Gulf Air, redefining business travel.
Welcome to the new treasures of Egypt and the holiday of a lifetime. There's never been a better time to enjoy a holiday in the land of the Golden Pharaohs. Welcome to Egypt, where everyone wears a smile.
Asia, home to more than half the Earth's population. Each week, CNN takes you on an engaging tour across this vast and diverse continent. Inside Asia, only on CNN.
Behind every headline, there is the whole story. More intriguing, more complex, more compelling. I'm Jonathan Mann. Insight looks at the world from a broader perspective and presents different points of view. so you can focus on the big picture. Insight, changing the way you look at your world, only on CNN.
This